Yeah, wrong thing was routing for some fucking reason. What the fuck?
So we starting now?
Yeah, basically. Welcome back to Couch on Fire podcast. After something like
Yes.
9 minutes of weird noises, clicks, and sounds.
I just don't understand what you're doing over there. I just
I
you can just
sat
hit one.
down.
You
I
set
sat
you
down.
like can't you just hit one damn button just
Yeah,
record?
yeah, yeah.
But you sat down.
But
Why did you sit
everything
down?
fucking happens.
Oh man, that's the kind of days that we have now. Well, since no, we didn't talk about it. Happy birthday, late birthday, everyone out
Yeah,
there.
fuck.
Wish Alex a happy
Thanks.
birthday. And as soon as what is that saying? As soon as your birthday hit, it just starts going downhill. Then the very next day, and has it been like that?
No.
Even
No.
have you had?
It's exactly the same as it was.
Oh, okay. Well, have you
Which
had a
is,
good birthday?
it was actually the best birthday I've ever had.
That's
And I'm
awesome.
just not even weird to say that. Like, you, Ryan, did the family thing on Sunday, and I got, like, ill
Yeah.
Sunday. Like, one of y'all brought a bug over or something, and Aries still
Shit,
recovering from the shit.
man.
Uh, there was
Sorry.
Aries.
I had a Oh, that's my daughter. Dude, yeah, that was me. I brought that bug over. His name was Cornelius. I decided, we were in the bathroom. I just set him free. I was like, no, I don't know. I haven't been sick. No one's in my family sick. I don't know.
We got
Real quick,
hard sick.
let me address this real quick because you brought it up. I've rearranged my room, so there's some weird shit behind me for the people watching the video,
You're
and
gonna have to toggle
I
your
did,
video again.
and that's fine, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
um, so there's some weird shit behind me, and then but I'm closer to the door now. I've ordered some soundproof stuff to soundproof
Okay.
this room, but
Yeah.
until then, you're gonna hear my daughter scream, and she's not screaming. She's just autistic, and this is one of her ticks, one of the things that she does, and she just likes to, hum really loud. So it is what it is. But going back to what we were talking about, man, that sucks. You got sick.
It is what it is.
I don't, you
Um.
know what I think what it is I am a two-time champ on you know Smash, and you guys got so sick of me winning that it hurt you like ill wise, right? No.
Not me, you oaf. Get the kid. So we were all
Man,
playing Smash over my place. I'm starting to get a little scratchy, and what ended up happening was Marco ran us.
oh
Uh,
my gosh.
to this day, he doesn't realize how much defense Ari and I ran for him. He thinks it was
Yeah.
100% him. It wasn't, but it was largely him, and I'll grant him that. Uh, but he was just a wild man.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's got skills. Is he on
Yeah,
a pro level? Not yet, but he will get there if he keeps doing what he's doing. I
yeah.
mean, he was. So I never really played the game, and I doubt that. I don't think Ryan did either. So I started noticing what Marco was doing, and I was like, "Screw this! I'm gonna kind of do this." He's not really cheating, but just imagine what 8 of us, or 6, 7, or 8 of us just sitting around and one screen playing everything. There's chaos.
And
So I
he's
decided to run and hide in the corner.
like he was doing.
Yeah, well, he wasn't. Yeah, but and that's how I won my 2 matches. I just let everyone destroy themselves.
I
And
mean, camping is a legitimate strategy.
yeah, some people frown on it, but it was fun. But no, it was a fun time. I enjoyed it a lot. I had fun. I mean, I jumped up when I won. It was just a great. I
You
haven't. It's
were
been a while.
stoked.
It's been a while since I've dived in some good video games and some competition. I That's what I miss in video games. It's not like I sat down and played Spider-Man, and I sat down and played this game. It's fun, but the competition is what drives me, and I think that was fun. And being in person competition. Like if you sit me around right now, I will love to play StarCraft. Yes, I'm pulling some old games out with 7 other guys or girls in a room. Like
Oh, the
this
land party style.
yeah, so that
Oh
was
yeah.
fun. What'd you do with your parents?
Well, all we got around to doing because we we ended up leaving early because I was getting ready to fever sweat on Aries' lap over
Oh
there.
wow.
Uh, and I was, but I'm like into that fever nap, sweated out thing, and it just
Hmm.
be messy and uh. So we went home early, but it was basically show up, eat food, and then open the cards. Everybody got me gift cards, and that was
Yeah.
awesome. I already spent the eShop money.
Uh-huh.
We spent the Amazon money, and now I've got $30 left floating in Steam because I spent 20 of it on Forager, which is coming out on the Switch in like 4 days, but I couldn't wait. I was like, fuck it,
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting it on PC. Uh, but
That's all.
I still get to use my Switch controller by pairing that fucker with my Chromebook and doing the Steam Link thing out in the living room.
Oh
I'm
my
half in,
gosh.
half out with it. I love tech jank.
Well,
Making
isn't it
things
like
interconnect is just fun.
when do you think the change was to physical gifts to gift cards and money? Because I feel like as soon as I hit 21, all I wanted was money. Like I didn't give a crap about gifts.
I
It
like
is
gifts.
always it is always nice to see gifts are more personable. Gift cards are kind of like I don't know what to get this person, so I'm a gift card. Not saying that those are bad, mom and dad. I'm sorry. But it's just one of those
Well,
things where you really don't know what's going on in this person's life sometimes, and you just don't know what to get them. So a gift card is nice.
well, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't necessarily want to share with my mom that my favorite Pokemon is Butterfree. You know,
yeah.
like that. I don't care to talk to her about why Butterfree is the best. And single-handedly the most versatile Pokemon in Gen 1. Period. Fuck Mew. Fuck Mewtwo. Um,
Sorry, I have something in my throat.
yeah, it was an electric type dick. Fuck Raichu. Um, yeah, yeah, You get gaggy about Butterfree, I'm gonna talk shit on some Raichu.
All right, that's fine. I won't say anything. But you, but you like. I mean, I like gift cards. I will say this though.
Yeah,
Now, when I get gift cards, if it's food related, that's more or less that gift card is not just for me. It's for my wife and my child.
yeah.
So if you give me like a personalized gift card, like I don't know, let's just say for the PlayStation or the Xbox, something like that. Even Twitch. I mean, not Twitch. Yeah, anything that only I can use. Yeah, that's
Steam,
great.
Switch, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, your household is not like that. You guys are gamers. You guys
oh,
are gamers. You
yeah, one of
walk
the
in there.
games I picked up, and it was Celeste actually. Marco gave that a try this morning and said it
Hmm.
wasn't for him. It's like, I don't like this screen right here.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Yeah. You guys are.
it,
You guys are.
yeah, and all
Uh,
three of us are. Like, so these gift card things, like, they don't know what games we've already picked up and what we haven't yet.
mm-hmm.
And we're half and half with whether or not we're cutting edge or we'll wait that one out. Uh, it's a very weird split and it's very random. Uh, so gift cards are the best call because it allows us the flexibility that we need. Given that, I don't know, it's nice. I like gift cards.
They're good. They're good. I'm at a stage now where I said I would never be here, but I'm finally here. Like where I have all these apps for all the restaurants that I like to go to, or like fast food places like Chipotle, things like that. And I don't even like pay for my stuff anymore. Well, I pay for my stuff, but I don't even like give them cash or anything. I just pick up everything now. So when people give
Boop,
me gift cards, I
gimmick.
always say, "Yeah, just give me that. I'd rather use that." So
Yeah, just
yeah,
load it in and you're done.
yeah. But that's awesome. That's awesome. And so you went home sick, and you just been sick all week. You better now?
Uh, I
Seem
was
better now.
sick Monday. Like I called out Monday.
Uh-huh.
Tuesday I worked through it. Wednesday I was feeling better, and then today I just a little nasally,
Eh.
but that's about it.
I think there's nothing worse than being sick, then getting better, but it just feels like your house is under quarantine because everybody else is like
Oh,
sick. You walk, you can just feel the funk in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like you just when you're sick, you just know it's just a funky time.
well,
It's
it's
just
so weird because Marco got what we think is the same bug before y'all showed up.
okay.
He flashed last Wednesday. Had a little minor fever, like 100, 101. Uh, like a 102 is when you start going, that's getting serious. We better keep a close eye on this. Like
Hmm.
at 101, like take your fucking medicine. Get in a blanket, you'll feel better. Um, and that's what we did. We ended up having to call him out of his therapy appointment. And but he was better Thursday, and he was 100% Friday. So the weekend comes, you roll through, everybody's healthy, and then I descend into it on Sunday, and it was and
So
Ari
you're saying
just getting over it.
he? So if my detective Pikachu instant, like abilities kick in, it seems like Marco's the one that planted it.
Yeah, he probably picked it up from doing something weird at the beach.
Yeah.
It's probably some weird
Oh.
bacterial infection or some shit.
Dirty Beach, Ocean
Uh,
City, Maryland. Ah, I love you though.
Big gatherings of public spaces with lots of people
Yeah.
are just germ hives, so it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get sick, knock on wood, which is pretty good. Family didn't get sick. After I left you, I left on Saturday. So I was there Saturday. Spent some couple hours with you guys. I know I left early. I was just not. I wasn't really feeling it. I was kind of like not in. I wasn't in the right state of mind.
No
I think
worries,
it was.
man.
I honestly, I was having fun. I had a great time. I think it was just because of the lack of energy and all this other stuff, and trying to kick this habit.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go home. And that you were the last person I saw. I didn't visit anybody Saturday, Sunday. I mean Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. I just kind of
You
like meh. I just want.
you didn't see Ryan again?
Nah, I didn't see Ryan. I didn't do anything. I was in a weird mood. Like, and I wasn't mad at anybody or upset with anybody. I just kind of like I don't know. After
It
I
was a
saw
weird
you,
space.
I was just in a weird. I just wasn't comfortable. And this is the first time I'm like this when I was in Maryland because I usually love it. I think the drivers pissed me off the most. I got pissed off in Maryland because of
You're
the drivers.
transitioning. You're
And
transitioning back out of Maryland mode.
yeah, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
and I honestly missed my house here, so I was like, oh. But overall, though, it was good. I mean, I hung out with the in-laws. It was fun. Didn't really do much.
Yeah, how'd that go? Because that was getting
And
snafu-y there for a minute.
yeah, well, I mean, it seemed fine. There's always those one-liners like they jab at you, and you just want to, give it back to them, but you never really
That's
do.
why you put fucking raisins in your goddamn potato salad, Karen. Shut the fuck up.
I always think it's weird. I found out something because it was a really bad thunderstorm. I found out that my mother-in-law is so scared of thunder that she can't even operate. Like she works from home, so she has to like literally go into the basement and curl up in a ball. And I'm like, man, what adult doesn't do that? But then again, I don't have a fear from it, so I can't really. At first, you want to say, well, she's a scaredy cat, but then you think about it, it's like, well, if
I,
someone threw me a pool of dolphins, I would freak out like that because I hate dolphins.
I,
So
I don't get that one personally, but it sounds like she's phobic.
yeah, sorry.
It sounds like she's legitimately got a phobia, and having
Yeah,
one myself, eh, I can't knock her.
yeah.
I,
I
do,
don't know.
I think that one would suck. I love thunder.
See, I love the sound. I love it. It's kind of scary. Now, when it's really loud, it is a little. I can see it being a little concerning now since I'm a homeowner. But I like the thunder. I like the lightning. I like light rain. It's something peaceful about it. So,
Oh yeah, the unadulterated chaos of ions moving around through the atmosphere. Um,
um, we said at the same time.
um, um.
Oh, oh, well, so okay, while I was on vacation, I put out a question on our Facebook page.
Uh oh.
Check us out, facebook.com/couch on fire podcast.
Huzzah!
I put a thing out saying, what do you guys want to hear us talk about? And no one was saying anything. But then Saturday night, I said something to Ryan. I said, "Hey Ryan, when is the Marvel panel?" And he was telling me it already happened. Blah blah blah. I don't think he knew what the hell he was talking about. It actually happened. Well, while I was at your house, the Marvel panel
Yeah, yeah,
for
in the
Phase
Hall
Four.
H. Yeah.
Yeah, and then somebody commented and said, "Hey, our good friend Justin, he said, hey, why don't you guys talk about Phase Four of Marvel?" And so, Alex, let's talk about Phase Four of Marvel because that happened over the weekend, and I wasn't, I've been dying to talk to you about it and kind of figure out what you know, what you heard. I don't even know if you know everything that's going on in Phase Four of Marvel.
Uh, Snipes has A-okayed Maharaj. I can never pronounce his name correctly the first time. Uh, Ali, Mr.
Yeah.
Ali, who's taking over as Blade. We are getting that film, feature length. It's not a Disney Plus series, thank God. Uh,
Well, what's wrong with that? Well, you know why they're doing it. They want people to get Disney Plus, so they're gonna
yeah,
force people. They're gonna these Wander Vision. I mean, what is it? The Hawkeye movie or is it a TV show? I don't even know.
TV show, the Loki show,
Yeah,
uh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
they
TV
are.
show,
Yeah,
all kinds of shit.
they are doing this because they
Hard pass.
really, really, really want people to get Disney Plus, which I was going to anyway. My daughter watches Disney all the time, and I figured, why not take more of my money? Why not?
I have a hard enough time dealing with the fact that I have to take Arian Marco to the live action remake of The Lion King.
Oh god.
I have such a hard time dealing with that. That's bullshit. Give me Tangled 2. Not
So
Lion King for the third time.
it's funny. Somebody, I watched a review on YouTube, and the guy's just like, "Listen, I want." He was like, "I'm wanting the Lion King." I thought, I'm like, "Yes, this is my childhood. I was 7 years old when this came out. I'm ready to see it. It's gonna be great." I walked in, it's, and he's like, I walked out, and it was pretty much a commercial for Beyonce's new CD. That's what he said. I was just like, what? I didn't
Mm,
get to see it. See, I like the Lion King, but there's the problem with live action. There's key things that I like about these movies, and they're not doing them. Like the whole Pumbaa and Timon, you doing the hula. Supposedly they don't do this in this movie. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But
the
supposedly what people are
Disney
saying.
gags. You're missing out of the Disney gags. The
Yeah.
closest thing Aladdin had to the Disney gag was the intro song sequence.
Oh, with Prince Ali.
Prince Ali,
Yeah,
magnificent is he? Whatever the fuck.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I got you.
uh, like and so they redid that one like Will Smith style, and that was awesome. But that was the closest that whole movie had to like a Disney gag.
Yeah.
Come on, come
Yeah.
on.
See, that's the live actions. I don't know, but I did say this, and I still stand by it. The Mulan trailer just looks pretty sick. I
That
mean,
looks
it's a
like
good. It's a
badass
serious
war
storyline.
movie.
Yeah, the serious storylines to me will probably be good live action. Beauty and the Beast, not as serious. Probably will never
No,
happen.
no.
Brave could be good. Mulan obviously looks pretty good. I mean, there's some other ones out there that could work out. Little Mermaid, not so much. I don't know what's going on. Like it's just
Don't
there's
touch it.
already
Don't touch
there's
it.
there's already Aquaman. There's probably going to be a Neymar movie on the Marvel side. Why touch Little Mermaid? That's all I'll say about that. um.
Sorry, nerd.
Oh man.
I
Yeah,
heard you
that
got
that
tagged
sucks, man.
recently.
That sucks. I can't believe they went through that shit. So.
Nerd.
Um.
Uh, I heard you're trying to talk about how you got brigaded. I'm willing to talk. Let's do this. Let's have that conversation.
I told him that. So.
Yeah.
Uh, oh. What else? Okay. So, but I will say this. I'm excited for this. I'm a huge fan of I like the Green Lantern, so I like galactic, I like the
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 cosmic
universe,
shit.
the
Yeah.
cosmic shit. So to me, Internals is amazing. And one of my favorite things, I've talked about it so many times on this podcast, so many times on me and you doing it, so many times when I talk to other people about movies. My favorite things in movies is origin stories. Like, where did people come from? Like, where is this thing? And I'm hoping that Internal does this. So I'm pretty stoked about the Internal movie.
Define origin story on something that is, and I quote, eternal. It's always been there, Rob. Like,
Well,
that's
well,
the
no,
point.
like, yeah, I know, but it's just I'm excited to see it because I like to see like, I mean, they can go with it so many ways. This is how mutants were made. This is how
They've got a
this.
cast too.
I
Good God,
know,
they've got a cast for that. Uh,
I know.
Doctor
But
Strange 2,
they said it was going to be the first horror movie. He literally came out and said this is going to be a horror movie.
The Multiverse of Madness. And if this isn't an H.P. Lovecraft style horror, I'm gonna be angry. It
So
needs
there was
to
a
be like the fucking Void, man. That shit was righteous.
I literally just saw a like Marvel or somebody or IGN just put out a poll. What movie out of all Phase 4 does everyone want to see the most? And it was literally Doctor Strange too, because because the fact that there was a horror director who's done multiple horror movies made Doctor Strange the first one, and it was good. It was good, but the endless possibilities going into all so many different things. The fact that he came out and said, "I'm making this a horror movie," and Kevin Feige was like, "Hell yeah, first Marvel horror movie. Let's do this."
Down. But I
And
mean, the New Mutants. Does that count? Are we still?
no.
Is that still going? I don't know.
Well, technically, I guess the original Blade was a horror comic movie.
It was horror themed.
Yes.
There's a difference between hard horror and like horror set piece. Blade is kind of horror set piece, and it was an action film.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
Doctor Strange
Now,
2 is going to be horror, and that's awesome.
my I'm just my biggest concern. My biggest before we get to the elephant in the room, because I know everyone's about to say something. But
Thor
my
4.
one concern, yeah, but my before we get there, my one concern about all these lineup of movies, how are they going to connect? Because that's one big thing that Marvel's always did. Movies and TV shows, they've connected them all. So now, how are they going to connect Phase 4, 5, and 6, like they did, one, two, and three? And so it's like,
We didn't
how?
know as 1, 2, and 3 were happening. We're not going to know
Yeah,
during 4 until
I
we
guess,
see it.
I don't know.
Okay.
But elephant in
Uh,
the room.
oh, no, no. A previous elephant from the very capstone of Phase 3, in fact,
Uh-huh.
has enough time passed to talk about it. It's, it's been about a month, right?
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's the window. Is that the socially conscious window for everybody?
Well, I mean, I don't give a crap. So,
Mysterio's
um,
not dead and Pete's been ID'd.
yeah,
Pete's been
yes.
ID'd and framed for this shit. Oh, I can't wait to see
Honestly,
that play
I,
out. That's a
honestly,
child.
honestly, those two things to me. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie, this is what happens at the end of the credits of Spider-Man Homecoming. So yeah,
Far From Home.
and the Far From Home. I'm losing my damn mind. There is one more thing, and I think that one's more important than the other two, and that's Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
Now, and I say that because okay, well, he's always in every Spider-Man, but this is the one from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, like
yeah.
the trilogy that he made.
JJ's
So,
reprising his role.
so in my mind, I'm thinking multiverse. I'm thinking 4 or 5 different Spider-Mans. I'm thinking of old Spider-Man, young Spider-Man, you know everybody under the sun kind of Spider-Man,
We're
girl
gonna we're
Spider-Man.
gonna see the Spider Verse erupt. At least Sony side, we're gonna see the
Yeah.
Spider Verse erupt, and we're gonna see Miles, Gwen, uh, maybe even Spider Ham again.
Oh,
Uh,
I was just about to say Spider Pig.
we might. we might see them interact with Tom Holland.
I really
And
hope.
Tom's pushing for a Miles role.
I know. Dude, that'd be awesome. Well, this also brings in Venom, Carnage, the Sinister Six. These are like
Carnage
honestly.
needs to be a horror film.
Oh, that. Oh my God. Venom 2. If Carnage is actually in it, they need to make that a dark film too. Um, I just want to say, like, Spider-Man alone could be Phase 5. like with
So many stories to unwrap there.
hmm
So many stories to unwrap.
But back to the elephant in the room before I forget. Thor 4. Now, as a fan of Thor, I'm very excited about this.
Are you a comics fan of Thor?
Um, for a little bit. My father really liked Thor when I was really young, and he used to.
Okay,
He used
so
to
you're
show
not
me.
recent.
I'm not recent.
Okay.
I have a gripe, and it's not because of the love interests of Thor, or a woman Thor. That has nothing to do with it whatsoever. My gripe is Natalie Portman. The fact that the way she acted, if you go back and look at Offset of
Yep.
the movies, the way she acted in 1 and 2, I lost respect for her
As a
just in
person.
the Thor movies. As well, yeah, as a person, and in the Thor movies, I lost respect. So to me, her not being in 3 perfectly makes sense. I don't even know why you need her anymore.
Dude,
So when I heard when I saw that she came back and then grabbed Viewmore, and I'm just like, what? No, could have been anybody else. No.
While I do have the gripe that Natalie Portman specifically is the actress that will be wielding the hammer.
Yeah.
I do not have that gripe of Jane Foster.
Well, see, I mean, I can see it making sense because in Thor Ragnarok, they basically said they acknowledge her that she's still around. They just said that they broke up and he kind of missed her and stuff like that. I can see Fat Thor being in the beginning of this, and then Jane Foster gets involved, and Thor's like, oh, he first he's loathing, he's just upset about things still, and then Jane Foster gets involved, and then next thing you know it, like he loses all his weight because he wants to impress her. I can see all that
There's
happening.
typically time jumps between movies, so I think
Yeah.
he's gonna thin out a little bit. He might not
I hope
be
so.
back to like mega jacked, but I don't think we'll see any more of Fat Thor.
But what about Thor? What about Asgardians of the Galaxy?
That'll be the movie where he slims down, I think.
Now, is that going to be? Now they didn't see. It's weird because we know about these movies that are coming out, like Black Panther 2, Guardians of the
Cannot
Galaxy
wait.
3,
Cannot
but they
wait.
weren't listed on Phase 4. So
Okay.
why? I wonder why they weren't listed in Phase 4. Thor was. So is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 going to be before Thor, or is Thor 4 going to be first, and then I don't know.
Those movies that we're aware of right now are happening kind of contemporaneously with the rest. So what we heard about in Hall H was announcements, the new ones.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't have any updates for anything else, and nobody wanted to talk about anything else anyway because that won't make news. Not as much as, oh my fucking god, Love and Thunder? What? So in addition to Jane Foster, the character picking up the hammer for the third time, actually, in addition to this most recent run of comics, and those were awesome. That's that. I was skeptical walking into that. It's like, Lady Thor, do we need that? Do we need it? And then I tried it, I read it, and it wasn't bad. And I actually kind of liked it. I don't have any problem with a Thor proper, a Thor prime, as it were, and Odinson walking around simultaneously. I don't have any problem in that. And that Thor prime happens to have some bazongas, whatever. I don't care. Is she smashing motherfuckers in the head with a hammer? That's what I'm there for. It's Thor, God damn it. Uh, so seeing that play out in the movie, seeing, which means we're gonna have like an Odinson arc.
Yeah.
Uh, and we're gonna see the King of Valhalla quest for her queen as well, and I think that's just awesome. Good for Valkyrie.
I know.
Uh,
Well, she's
that's gonna
yeah.
be
I
an
mean,
awesome movie.
well, and then the director. I mean,
We
come
still
on.
got Taika.
Yeah.
What?
He just actually put out a trailer for dude. He plays Hitler, and he's sitting there talking to some young boy. He's like, and the boy's like, no one likes me, and he's just like, well, yeah, I'm Hitler. No one likes me either. He's just, and someone's like, I didn't know Hitler was. I didn't know Hitler was Australian. That's what someone said. 'Cause I forget the name of it. You got to check it out.
Yeah, send me the link to that.
I will. I'm gonna try to look it up right now.
That's exciting.
What is it called? Oh, that's the crazy thing.
Uh,
But no. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. I definitely love the whole aspect of the galaxy part of it. I mean, Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four. These are some things that are pretty cool.
so Feige has said that walking into Phase 4, we're going to start seeing the split between Marvel Galactic and Marvel Terrestrial. The Earth, Marvel, and Galactic. They'll touch bases and interact periodically, but they're mostly separate. As such, the signs are starting to point towards Galactus. With the Eternals walking around, and the distinct flavor in the air says Silver Surfer is on the horizon.
Mm-hmm. Well, it has
And
to be.
if Silver Surfer's there, that means Galactus is inbound.
I really hope when they do Galactus, they actually do it like right, because the last time they tried to do Galactic, the Fantastic
Smoke
Four.
Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody was doing smoke monsters then. It was gross. Don't do that. Smoke monsters are the worst. That's why nobody liked Green Lantern.
Oh, see, I don't want. I like Green Lantern.
I liked the film too, but it was shitty and derivative at best.
Oh, it's
from
called
an objective
JoJo.
perspective.
All right, I got the name of it. I'm gonna send you the thing now. It's called Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
But anyway,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Just let me. I'm gonna send you this. You're gonna laugh your ass off.
All right.
Sorry. It's yeah. Yeah. I'm being a horrible podcast right now. I'm trying to multitask, and if you know anything about me, I can't really multitask. Bam.
That's what it
Okay.
is.
Send. Okay. Here we go. All right. So, but no, I'm excited for it. The whole Galactus thing and Silver Surfer. It'd just be cool. It's a world that we haven't seen, and yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm really
However,
hoping that what.
that still doesn't block the possibility of Doom being involved.
I know.
In fact, if we see Galactus, because we see Silver Surfer, that means we're going to get Marvel's first family. That means we're getting the Fantastic Four. And if we get the 4, we're getting the 5th one. And if we get the 5th one, I get Doom.
Doom is a huge villain in the Marvel universe. So the fact that he wasn't in the first phase was kind of weird. But honestly, it makes
painful.
sense.
It hurt.
He could actually be the big bad, or
On
the constant.
The
I mean,
Earth
he could be.
Marvel moving forward.
Yeah.
He could also be personally responsible for mutants,
Honestly,
because that's within his power set.
See, I really feel like Eternals is going to set up the mutants. They have to. And then,
sure?
I mean,
are you sure it won't do the Fantastic Four? They could just keep that cosmic.
They could.
I could just stay cosmic.
That's true. They could do that.
The question I have is, are we gonna see Adam Warlock?
Absolutely.
We have
You
to,
know,
right? It's an Eternals film, and we set him
so
up in Guardians 2. We literally set him up.
I don't know if he'll be in Internals. I know he'll be in um, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I am huge. I have a huge source that I really do believe in because he has never stored me wrong. Because Keanu Reeves is interviewed with Marvel. It's a known fact. Kevin Feige wants him. He signed a deal with Marvel, but no one knows what for. And I'm thinking he's going to be either. There's two things that he could be. He can either be Adam Warlock or the Internals is going to set up for Namor, and Namor is going to be the bad guy in Black Panther.
Wakanda and fucking pseudo Atlantis going to war.
Yeah, the problem is, well, if you look at the comic book wise, so Namor, uh,
I've
some
never interacted with Namor outside of passing reference to,
right.
oh, that's Namor.
So the whole thing was, there was Atlantis, all these other things on the continent of the United States. Then there was a war between the Eternals and the Deviants, and then that just blew up everything, and that's dinosaurs died, all that crazy stuff, and Atlantis sunk. So Namor was, so what the Eternals did was to save the people. They kind of mutinize them to become like these people that live underground, basically mermaids and things like that. And that's how Namor became who he is. And now Namor is, and Atlantis is right outside of Wakanda. If
Hmm.
you if you look at the way they have it all set up, and I don't know, I can just see it because in a lot of Black Panther comic books, you see him battle Namor, or you see people that are like Namor battling Black Panther. Namor will come help more or less. So either way, but you do see them battle each other. So that could happen. But honestly, I would like to see Keanu Reeves as Adam Warlock. That'd be pretty interesting.
Adam is blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it could happen.
I don't see us
Thought
getting a blonde Keanu.
I don't know. Could be. They could change it up. They can make him dirty blonde.
Well, I mean, they could just make him black haired at that point. Uh,
Well, they could. These are just thoughts. I have no idea. These are thoughts like fart in the wind. my thought on Phase 4 of Marvel. So hopefully, Justin, this answers all your questions. If you're a valid uh, listener.
I do think that we're gonna see Doom and Galactus.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely have to happen.
And that's gonna be awesome.
You know, man, I lost my train of thought. God damn it. Nothing changes. Okay, so I hope you miss doing podcasts with me. It's the same damn thing. It's the same stupid stuff. But anyway, yes, that was Phase 4. I mean, that was the only thing for me, at least for Comic Con. There was some other little tits and bits there, but not really too much. Been watching oh man, I've been doing Twitch a lot more lately. I've been watching a lot of people on Twitch,
Yeah?
and yeah, I
How's
don't know
that going?
I think I kind of told you, but I don't play Fortnite. I attempt to every now and then, but I'm horrible at it. But I really like watching people. I really like watching people play it. Gears of War 5. They did a beta test, and I recently played that. I mean, it's cool. I'm really excited for it. I just don't know. There's some things that they changed, but I think that was just the beta, so we'll see what happens.
Good luck.
Um, I don't know. It's a weird time right now. For gaming, for me at least, from my interacting with gaming and things like that. I um, I wanted to tell you when I saw you, but I forgot. If one day me and you want to sit down and do a live, like, basically trying to finish our story, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Novocaine, or
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that. I've been thinking a lot about it. I really honestly got to re we got to re go over it because I don't remember a lot from it.
Oh, yeah.
And then yeah, that's some cool things been going on. Dude,
Nice.
are you when does Marco start school?
After he gets back from out west, Papa's taking him for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Whenever the it's like the Tuesday after Labor Day is when school starts.
damn, why do they start school so late?
Because Governor Larry Hogan signed it into law that Maryland will not start school before Labor Day. Period.
Wow.
Uh, and even specifically vetoed measures that were aimed to destroy that idea. Like he hard vetoed them. He was like, "No, you can go fuck yourselves. School starts after Labor Day."
Pretty sure
Um,
my daughter starts school like the 20th of August. So she'll be in school like 2.5 weeks before anybody in Maryland will be in school.
at,
Wow.
at the federal level, school should be year round with like two
Oh
week
yeah.
breaks for each season plus the holidays.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's what it should be. You get a two
Well
week
that's
vacation and then you go back.
well that's how it is in like Japan and China and things like
And
that.
in
They have year-round school.
intelligent places that can actually educate the fucking citizens.
Mm.
Sorry. I hate our
Well,
education system. It's so bad. It's so
well,
bad.
it also sucks too because like teachers, they already don't make enough, and now you only take their salary from half a year. Imagine if they worked year round, they would make a little bit more. And
Yeah, because the unions would immediately like, no. You're not changing pay rates because we changed time. You're keeping the pay rate and you're paying us all that extra new money.
yep.
These people gotta stop having two jobs. And they shouldn't. Like, we both know somebody right now who is an active English teacher in middle
Hmm.
school and a waitress.
Yep. Sad.
Why? Like, I get that she, like, needs to, based on salary requirements, but why is she in that position to begin with? Holy God.
Listen, I have one view on this whole thing, and I'm gonna tell you. So we entrust people to raise our children besides us, to educate them to become the next leaders of this country or next inventors, next scientists of this country. But the people that we entrust to teach them this, you're going to treat like crap, give them bad wages, give them bad conditions with no air conditioning, not pay for their school supplies, not do this for them. So how are like,
Yep.
it just does, it's broken. It's real broken.
It's
It's real
it's a
broken.
direct misincentive. Like,
Yeah.
you're directly disincentivizing good education
Yeah.
because we want a population of retards. I said the R word. Fight me.
Oh god. Oh jeez.
Uh, no, but like honestly, like legitimately, we want a population of just
Uh,
mouth
uneducated,
breathers.
yes, uneducated people that are just literally breeding like hamsters.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Because proper education always comes with this is how you use a fucking condom.
yeah.
Uh, have you seen this shit on Facebook? People talk about like, oh, I didn't know how to do my taxes when I got out of high school. We had home ec, and they took it
We did.
away
Yep.
because nobody took home ec. As demand dropped, we couldn't find people to take it. Therefore, we didn't throw teachers at it to keep it around. So it disappeared. We lost it. This is why we can't
Listen,
have nice things.
I'm pretty sure our generation is probably the last generation that actually sewed in school, actually,
Yeah.
learned how to cook some stuff, or at least run a kitchen, at least know what not to touch in the kitchen.
Yep.
Um, actually, paid bills, manage. Well, what is it? What is it called? A bank statement. Oh no, what is it called when you have checks? Oh, balancing a checkbook. Yeah, we were probably the last generation.
I've done
Which
that
is kind of sad.
twice my entire
Uh,
life. You know why? Because I can go
why?
online and look at what my actual figure is right this minute. It's a
That's
lot.
fine.
There's no need.
but that's fine. But a lot of banks, and I'll tell you this right now, you go out and buy something, pay credit, come back. You look on your app. It doesn't even say it posted yet. Sometimes it doesn't post for a day or two. If you don't actually manage your money or know how to do that in your head or write
You're
it
gonna
down, that
end up in some
you're
bad
gonna
spots.
you're gonna end up negative. And banks, you know why banks don't do it right away? Or well, that's probably not. This is the reason why I think
Uh,
they don't do it right away. Is so they can get you for that. How do banks make money? Overdraft fees. New.
that's not
You
the only
know.
way. I promise.
Well,
That's chump
I
change
know.
compared to their other methods, but
Well,
it is a good money making mechanic.
it is. Why would I alert you to let you know? Oh, you're getting. You just spent. I think you just processed something, but we can't show you yet. So if I was you, I would not spend anything. No, we're not going to send you that alert. We're just going to let you go right in.
I
Go,
was part of the
go.
Bank of America class action lawsuit because they legitimately did that in a predatory and deliberate method.
Oh my gosh.
They would rearrange anything that you had go like overdraft and
Yeah.
process it in whatever order made them the most money. So if you bought a bunch of stuff when you still had like the cash to do so, and then bought one
Yeah.
big item for the overdraft, you're expecting one fee, right?
Yeah. No.
Wrong. They would charge a big item fucking first and then tack you with 100 different overdraft fees for the little shit. Afterwards, I was part of that class action lawsuit. I got $5. Fuck Bank of America. Forever. And you know why I'm part of that class action lawsuit? Because that almost
Why?
stranded me in upstate New York
Really?
when I was 19.
Oh my.
And dumb as shit. Like, 19. However, I almost got fucking stranded up there, unable to do anything. Like, homeless kind of stranded. Not that I wasn't homeless at the time anyway, so what was the difference what state I was in? I managed to
Man,
make it
that's-
home.
That's just,
That was a
that's
wild
just crazy.
ride.
That's just what they do. And then
Oh, yeah.
it's just they're protected until eventually
Too
there's
big to
enough people.
fail.
there's enough there's just too many people. Too many people. Dude, I just thought of this real quick. I just want to throw it out there. Not to change subject. But speaking about too many people,
Are you going to Area 51?
we have not talked about the storming of Area 51. Doesn't have to be a long convo. Doesn't have to be long. But I will say this: people are naive to think, "Oh, they can't stop us all." Yes, they can. Like, so,
No, I'm going to say, from the principle,
yeah,
they're correct. From the principle, they're correct. What's going to happen, in fact, is Congress is going to get involved afterwards because it was a fucking massacre.
yeah.
However, hotel bookings have gone up.
Oh, good for them.
Flight rates on flight tickets have gone up to account for the higher demand because they're selling out.
Oh my gosh.
People are going. What I'm hoping is that it becomes like this Occupy Wall Street style demonstration outside the base. I'm okay with that. That's good. You try to storm that base, and you're gonna fucking die. They post for miles in every direction around every base in the Southwest that lethal force is explicitly authorized, and it is. I had a secret, and so like going on to base, there were places I could go, and there were places that I was gonna die if I tried to go to, and that's having a secret clearance already. That's on base. We're already shelled off from the public. We're not like it's not. We're not expecting the Chinese to show up with a spy and like, oh, I've got all your data, and disappear into the woods.
So all you need to do is go up to the crowd and say, "Listen, yes, there is some strange things that we have here. Maybe even things from outer space. Maybe even moon rocks. But unfortunately, I can't let you see any of this kind of stuff because it's dangerous to you. I appreciate you all coming out here today, but that's not going to happen." Just say that. That's all you got to say. Just kind of admit to it enough to tease people, but also not enough to, Do you
No,
really think there's aliens in Area 51,
no,
or do you think
they've
it's
been moved.
I? Yeah, well,
If we've made contact, they're not at Area 51 anymore.
they moved that shit.
No, no, really. There's hundreds of places they could have gone, but they're not all at Area 51 anymore. The
Yeah,
Southwest has
they're
been opened up,
they're in Wyoming because no one goes to Wyoming.
and Wright Pat and under Nellis and under Holloman and under White Sands and in
Yeah.
the nuclear dump sites, uh, places like that. Uh, and
This is gonna be
Wright Pat, by the way, is in Ohio. It's also the location of the Air Force. Uh, so what I do as a calibration guy,
Yeah.
I learned it from those people in Wright Pat because that's
Wow.
their lab, and they are the like the point of accuracy for the rest of the Air Force. They're the lab, and they're miles underground. Seriously, their mass lab where they weigh stuff is 2.5 miles under the earth in this vibration isolated chamber that's shake proof everything.
Wow.
Uh if you think that's not a hint about where they're keeping the fucking aliens, like
You know, I don't know. When is it? When is the actual like
September 20th.
forge? The actual surge. So
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited. I really hope there's real publicity. I really hope it's a scene from Mars Attacks because that'd be pretty cool.
fuck.
Like, I just I think it's gonna be built up. And I think it's just gonna be it's gonna just not work out.
I don't think it's gonna fizzle.
I think
I think it's gonna boil
thi-
over really hard
you
in
think
a
people are gonna
not
die.
healthy way. Not everybody. I think they're all gonna die.
I think
Lethal force is authorized.
I don't think they're gonna shoot anybody with guns. I think they're gonna use tear
I
gas
hope.
and all the regular riot stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like I feel like
Nope.
they're gonna treat it as a. But this isn't your everyday police officer. This
Yeah,
isn't your
these aren't
everyday
cops.
firefighter.
These aren't infantrymen. These are fucking asshole cop infantrymen in the Air Force and the Army who don't care. And they can see the sign just as well as you that says lethal force is authorized. They're gonna shoot
men-
you.
These men are probably bored out of their mind. They're probably
Waiting
a
for
lot of them
something to shoot.
Yeah, some of them probably already did tours, so they probably have some issues mentally. They probably don't get
Some
paid.
of them, yeah.
So they're probably ready for shit to pop off. So,
Yeah, in that
I don't know.
ticky, let's do it. Come on, fucking try me. Kyle sort of way. So we've
I'm all
got a
hopped
bunch
up
of
on my
Kyles
Mountain Dew.
on Monster and Rippets.
Yeah.
The citrus Rippet was the worst. Don't at me, fellow vets. Go fuck yourselves. Citrus sucked.
Oh man.
That fucking knockoff Monster bullshit. It's called that the military has is called Rippet, and it's nasty. So bad.
I've seen it. They sell it at stores now.
Yeah. I found some at the dollar store not too long ago, and I was like, "What
They,
the fuck?"
Yeah, I used to be an energy connoisseur of energy drinks, and I actually read about it. An ex-military man who came up with it really tried to push it. He tried to go on like what is that show where they invest money into you? Shark Tank. And they they try to get that brand out there to the public because it was all for military and stuff. But the problem was it was too strong and it tastes like shit, they said. So they had to simmer it down and then they had to make a lot more sugar and flavor in it. So it's not that's why it's at the dollar store.
For the general public, that is not fit for consumption. It is way too high octane.
Listen, this guy I worked with in my last job. His son was in Afghanistan, and he begged his son to send him some coffee. And so he gave it to me, and he gave me some Afghanistan coffee. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my skin melted off. It melted off my body.
Shit, man.
Yeah, it gave me the shits. But
yeah, all that caffeine shoved it right through you.
dude, he says that this is what they would give the soldiers over there,
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, like I've had some things that kept me awake over the years, but that right there melted my skin off. So
yeah.
I'll
No,
never forget it.
and that's just walking around coffee.
Oh yeah.
That's the baseline stuff. Like, it gets worse.
Oh
Uh,
gosh.
which is frightening, right?
Oh,
Now
oh, yeah.
imagine fueling up a bunch of security forces assholes. Uh, like, think the worst possible Venn diagram of like everything that's wrong with Baltimore and St. Louis police departments,
Mhm.
and then you give them the veteran entitlement complex. And everybody knows that asshole. I'm sorry. Not all of us are like that, but everybody knows that asshole. It's like, nah, you're gonna thank me for my service, bro. Thank me for my service. Fuck you, Kyle. That guy,
Fuck you, cow.
that's the guy guarding the gate. Without
that's
fail.
and that's the guy that's going to be he's going to murder probably a family of six, and
By himself.
because
By
you know
himself.
damn well there's some psycho people out there that are going to go to this event, and they're going to bring their whole family,
Yep.
and they're going to where kids don't belong. They're going to be bringing kids, and
Yep. That's actually why I'm hoping it becomes a peaceful Occupy style demonstration. Because
Yeah.
that'll actually yield results.
yeah,
Uh, because the military can't stop you from doing that, and eventually Congress is going to get involved.
it's just funny. It's funny because like if they all just if like probably if 500,000 people are supposedly going. So imagine
No.
maybe even more.
Mm.
Imagine if 20,000 people were at one gate. If they just went in four different directions, you know, that's their logic. Oh well, if we distract them over here, we'll go through this way.
A pincer.
It's not.
Yeah.
Uh, this is the United States Army. Do you really think these old Viking, you know, strategies that you're thinking of, these old, you know, Braveheart style, like
The
oh,
Roman.
we'll distract, yeah, we'll distract them here and we'll flank them from the south. That ain't going to be working nowadays. I'm just gonna let you know that. Like,
We don't
you
have any ability to react to that, actually. It's so old it must work. Because there is none. We're used to clearing buildings at this point, and we've had that drilled into our heads for 40 years now.
yeah.
We said we were never going back to the jungle. Warfare is different, and it's all going to be in cities from now on. So we started training like that. And by and large, that's where we've created the wars. Since then,
Yeah.
we've created the wars. Fuck our foreign policy. However, we've been correct. Even in so far as we created the wars to know for a fact that we were. Anyway, we're not prepared for a flank. And if fucking Sekfo Kyle gets flanked by monster snapback Kyle, Sekfo Kyle is fucked. He doesn't know what the fuck he's gonna do. Except spray and pray. And then you have a legitimate massacre, and that base is gonna get overrun.
Oh yeah.
There are 1.2 million people, and this was 2.5 weeks ago when I saw this.
What,
1.2
that
million people that have signed up for this. If you
Really?
say 0.01% of those actually show up, you've already crossed 10,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That you know
That-
you know how many people are manned at the bases in the Southwest?
Not that many.
Correct.
So they'll overrun them.
Yeah.
I just hate to be the people in the front line, the flag holders in the war.
The
Yeah.
Kyles on both sides of that engagement. Agreed.
Yeah. Was it the I used to when I used to be in history class in high school, I used to make fun of like I
The
would have
standard
probably been
bearers.
I would have been the guy playing the drums in the middle of the Civil War. Like, please give me a weapon. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. I'm just about to die.
The drummers, the flutes, your standard bearers, those guys were
Yeah.
considered sacred.
I know. Well, because you're holding the flags. I mean, the flag can't hit the ground. That's like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
You
both
know,
sides would leave them alone if it was at all possible. That it was one of those sacred trust sort of things.
until the very end,
Yeah.
and it's like, you're dead now. So that's one thing that does piss me off. You know, I don't really get into this kneeling. I'm not. We're not going to talk about it. I know, but I just want to say this. I really don't like. I'm not. I've never been in the military. I have friends and family that have been in the military, but I really don't like when the flag, falls on the ground and people step on it and piss on it. That's what really pisses me off. Um, I don't. I
I'll
just wanted to.
defend that to the death.
I will. That's just one thing I will say, and I just want to put it out there.
You
The
are
whole
absolutely entitled to that.
you are right, and you are 100%. If you want to protest against the flag, if you want to say it's not right for you, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But for me, I like the flag, and I don't want it to fall on the ground. Yeah,
By all means.
oh,
By all means.
okay.
Since
All right.
do you want to unpack that one? Because I'm locked and loaded there.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus,
I'm fresh. I'm fresh. I've got one answer for you.
What is it? Tell me.
The First Amendment.
Yeah.
Period. Any expression is protected by the First Amendment, and it is the first because it is the most important. So, signals of distress, stepping, pissing, fire, all of that, and it's been tested in the Supreme Court multiple times, are protected by the document that founded this country.
Yeah.
So
don't forget it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I understand the issue, and I support people going, that's not for me. I'll stop you if I see that. I'll stop you stopping them if I see you stop them. Just separate. Let them do them, and you do you. It's a difference of opinion, and honestly, that's the way it should be. That's how this whole fucking thing stays glued together.
It's just, I think people lose the whole fact of what this country was founded on, and you literally just hit the nail on the
backs of black people.
No, what? No, no, what? No, you're taking this the wrong way. No, I'm saying we were founded.
No, both are valid. Both are valid.
They are.
We were founded on principles of liberty and freedom for everyone.
Exactly.
For everyone. On those principles. But in practice, America was built on the blood, sweat, and labor of the black people at the time.
I know it was. I can, listen, I have no, when I hear people talk, listen, I understand why there's hatred still in this country. It could be hundreds of years. Doesn't matter. I can understand why there's hatred. Those generations have died off. But unfortunately, there's still people that are just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So I understand the hatred, but I don't know. I don't want to. This is a topic I don't want to talk about.
We're gonna let's pull out of that part of the dive and say both interpretations of how this nation was founded are valid.
No, they are.
And,
You're right.
And it shouldn't be divided down the line that it is divided down in those most common denominator person who believes what. It shouldn't be divided down that line. We should see a lot better mix on both sides in all interpretations of that word.
Well, you have it right. This is the land of the free, but yet we built it with slavery.
And,
so
and we kept non-freedom in place for so long.
We did.
1960, like 64 specifically. There's gonna be echoes for a long time.
I know.
For a long fuck time.
Yeah.
However, the principles are good. Like we can't see the practice and then ignore the principle. And we can't see the principle and ignore the practice. We have to see both together.
Doesn't it seem weird though nowadays how we've strived so hard to get away from that ugly side of the United States, but yet we're still doing it. Half the we still use immigrants to do our dirty jobs, and we don't pay them shit. We still don't allow. We're still building walls or
That's
trying to do
economics.
things. We're still
I
doing
can
it's
speak to
just.
that one as well.
Oh jeez, you
Yeah.
have answers for everything. You just.
I study. I study.
I
I
know
want to
you
know
do.
how the
I know
world
you.
works.
I know you do. It's crazy. That's why I love talking to you on podcasts, because
Uh,
you know it all. I love it.
uh, that one specifically though, it is fucked up, and
Mm.
like think sweatshops, because
Yeah.
we get the same problems, right? It we're exploiting the labor of non-white people for the sake of white people goods.
Yeah.
Strawberries, oranges, or those fucking fresh ass J's on your feet, whatever. Uh, we're exploiting labor. The problem is, we can't just do away with that system. Because if we do, we're going to end up with the same holy shit, what do we do now that we had back in the 1860s. One. Two, those families that rely on those incomes, such as the orange and strawberry pickers and the Nike sweatshops and the iPhone factories, those families rely on those incomes. If you suddenly strip those families of those incomes without anything, by just sweatshops are banned forever, everyone in that family dies. Period. They cannot afford to live and they will starve to death. Period.
We've So you're saying we created a monster, and now we gotta live
No.
with it.
No. We have to responsibly, slowly
Oh, okay.
help
Back
guide them out of that. If you just pull the carpet out, everyone dies. If you pull the carpet out, you're gonna have riots. Like, you cannot just ban the shit. You have to uh, slowly, and I'm gonna use, I can't say inflate because that means something here. You ever heard the rising tide lifts all boats?
No.
It's the counterexample to trickle down theory of economics. If you give
Okay.
the rich people all the money, they'll start building businesses and infrastructure and shit, and it goes back into the economy that way because it creates thousands of jobs and all. It's nonsense because it doesn't work. We've tried it 1,000 times now. It doesn't
Yeah.
work. The the opposite theory, which is not just like everyone seems to like it anyway, but the rising tide lifts all boats. Basically, the idea being if you push the economy up from the lowest sector of the economy, everybody does better. It's not just more compassionate because suddenly those people have the ability to like eat and afford medications that they need or whatever, but it actually helps the economy more because those people suddenly have the ability to spend that much more money. So it goes right back in and right back out and starts changing hands, and every measure of economic activity actually increases when you give poor people a bunch of money, as opposed to giving the few rich people a fuckload of money. You know how those rich people got rich?
How?
By hoarding their money. They saved it.
That makes
So they're
sense.
not going to spend anything, right?
Mhm.
So if we rely ethically, as slowly as possible, trying to let this unethical situation rise the tide for their lower class, their working class, their children and their grandparents over there in the sweatshops, or the families of the laborers picking oranges and strawberries here. And those are just examples for the record. I'm not trying to stereotype or anything. Jesus fucking Christ, those are examples. Uh, but they're really common examples, and a lot of the documentaries on the topic cite those examples specifically. So bear with me here. I'm not trying to overgeneralize. But if we allow those prices to for labor to occur, it'll eventually pull the rest of their economy up like it did in South Korea. And South Korea is suddenly a first world country, and it took them less than 60 years to get there. From sweatshop labor, lower Delhi, and those factories in China, and the fucking fruit groves in Florida, pulled all the way up to a first world economy, a la the UK. So you can't just pull shit away. That's part of the reason I don't believe in minimum wage.
If you're watching the video, what I'm doing right now, I'm opening the can because I just released to Alex and he just gave you a lesson. So I hope you listen to this.
Yeah, it's strange because economics and ethics don't always commingle. In fact, frequently they don't. Because the most exploitative behaviors are the most profitable. But if you tamp down the exploitation as much as possible, and let people meaningfully consent, you can't make a call for one who likes that wage, who thinks it's a raise. You can't make that call for God only knows any of the names.
Well, we just need to have a whole episode about this. That's what I'm thinking.
Economics, and
yes,
and diversity, I guess.
Yeah, I think we have to bring someone in here. We have to bring someone because unfortunately I'm not the good debater on stuff like this, but I gotta figure out someone. We gotta figure out someone to bring in on this because
that's a policy wonk.
I want to see you two go at it. Well, no, like I love your. I wish I could talk more about it. I just don't. These are things that are above me, and I will be the first to admit I'm that guy that works for the machine, and I just keep working. I'm not raging against it, so I don't really pay too much.
You're super allowed to have that position.
Yeah,
please.
And it's just
we need more people to have that position. If anything, we need fewer people trying to gum up the works. Holy God.
I just I just try to stick to what I know and do, and it's just I don't know. This is my big. There's a couple things that I have internal struggles with, and the whole diversity thing. I have views that I will not share with people because it just seems like the world we live in is just a shameful thing right nowadays. And then the whole
in a lot
talking
of directions.
And then obviously talking about presidential or even economics. These are some things that I have my own views on, but I know for a fact that no one likes these views, and that's fine. That's my right. I can have my own things. You can have your own views. And but I just don't know. I don't know how to express my views in words without getting aggressive. Does that mean anything?
Yeah.
You ever sat down and talked to someone and like I don't really like talking to people about Donald Trump. And the only reason why is because I have mixed feelings about the man myself, but I don't like talking too much about me and you joke around all the time about him. But if you have a serious conversation with someone that hates Donald Trump, I'm the type of person that even if I didn't like Donald Trump, I'm the type of person that wants to piss you off and keep poking your buttons to see how far to see how far you can go. And then vice versa. If you're totally on, like I have a neighbor over here, right across the street from me, probably at an angle. He has a huge "Keep America Great," big banner, and it says Trump 2020. Like I'm just sitting there, like it's like, man, that's too loud. Like I love that people have the right to express their opinions, but when you're too loud, it starts to make me upset. So
we forgot what decency was.
Yeah,
like we should go back to the religious position where it's cool if you have a religion. It's cool that you practice it, and if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it in certain circumstances. But if you fucking hit me in the face with your religion like it's a rape dick, I'm gonna have a problem with you.
Rape
That's
dick. Oh my god.
non-consenting.
I love it.
What? Unconsensual religion. Like what?
I love it. I love it. It's so weird because like I don't know. If you've met me in person, I'm not conservative at all. I'm very I'm like, and on the podcast, I try to be my true self, but I do hold back a little bit. I'll admit.
Oh,
It's just,
everybody's got to
you know,
though.
yeah,
Public
like
forum,
the
you
whole
should be more decent.
the whole time I saw Alex, I mean, I was cracking
Oh
jokes
yeah.
with Marco, and I was doing sexual jokes. I was doing all these different things. I mean, I'm just inappropriate, and I go through phases in my life where I do that too much, and then I just kind of stop.
And wean off a little bit and get serious
Yeah,
again, and then you joke around a little bit and get serious. Yeah.
But Alex, this was a good show. I like this episode.
It's been a good time.
I think we literally almost we started here, we ended up here, and then we kind of mellowed off. And I do.
Phase 4, Area 51, catch up Phase 4, Area 51, and then the economics of Sweatshop. Jesus Christ!
Well, that's
what a grab bag.
Listen, when you get two guys together that have dabbled in the ADHD once or twice in their lives,
yeah,
you tend to go off the rails. So, but I do want to say this. Yeah, I always got to thank everyone.
Yeah, and sorry for the technical difficulties earlier, everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome. We have to. Yeah, do it. I love Raw Dog.
Yeah, there's that joke.
But no, thank you everyone for supporting us on Twitter, Instagram. We're trying to be more active. I recently just I put a picture of, I found all my energy tubs for this company called G Fuel, no sponsor. And I put it on Twitter and it blew up. I don't know if you saw your Twitter feed, but it just blew up. We have over 100.
I muted notifications on Twitter.
All right, good. We were just having 100 and some. I mean, it's already over 100 and some likes. Been retweeted almost 20 times. Like I'm sitting there like, damn. Like us, please. Hey, yeah. So we're on Twitter, Facebook, all the good social media stuff. So please check us out. And I love you guys.
Weird. Snapchat's weird. Yeah. You snappers are. I'm onto you.
Snapchat's
for deviants.
See, that's to me, Snapchat is for people with ADD or into porn. So naturally, I have one.
It's for sexual deviants.
Yes, that's true.
Not even playing the socially conservative card there. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
As long as it's between consenting adults, be deviant.
I would stay on longer and talk to you, but I have to do some stuff with my daughter before she goes to bed.
Yeah, and we got to get dinner still.
Oh, damn. It's getting late. I had tacos.
If we're going to go have tacos.
Taco Thursday? Starts with a T? Close
Taco
enough.
Thursday. Right. Taco Thursday.
Fuck it.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
We love you guys. And have a good night.